Welp, we're back with another Deck Specs Modifications video. 8 decks again on the stand. With Mech Lords, Sacred Beasts, Egyptian Gods, Cyber Dragons, Rocket, Galaxy Eyes, Beast Mode, and Legendary Knights. Each has been modified in some way, shape, or form. So without further ado, let's get on with the modifications, starting with Mech Lords. The main change here is that I swapped out the 3 copies of Makuri the Destructor, the 3 copies of Duragido, and the lone Dralago with some more Dark Machine type monsters. Namely, 3 copies of Hackworm, 3 copies of Jack Wyvern, and a Cracking Dragon. To give this deck a bit of a Knights of Hanoi flair. Oh, won't Barris be impressed? Those 7 removed cards have been put to good use in my newest deck. You'll probably find a hint to what it is momentarily. I'm not even gonna bother with the Sacred Beasts today, as the only change was removing the Wicked Gods from the build. The Egyptian Gods, however, got a bit of a tweak. First up, with the new addition of Ancient Chant, one of my more recent acquirements. Gotta have some new Raw support every now and again. The extra decks also once again got that secret rare Gaia Saber lurking within, at least in the Ultra, joined by Roster Leader from my Structure Deck Beast Mode. Yeah, that Gaia Saber, it gets around. Speaking of Beast Mode, its extra deck has been toned down to 5 cards, replacing the aforementioned Link monsters with a card that can fit its extra deck monster aesthetic, Taotide Dragon. And yes, it now has the teal sleeves that my Galaxy Eyes extra deck had. Which basically means the Galaxy Eyes deck now has those light blue sleeves and an additional extra deck monster in number 90, Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. In addition to that, the main deck has a new Galaxy Eyes as well. Galaxy Eyes Afterglow Dragon. Pulled that guy very recently. So yes, even sleeves were swapped today. Moving on to the Legendary Knights. They have an additional card, or 3. the extra deck now has Destruction Dragon. The only Critias fusion I didn't have in it. And the main deck is now Hack and Loop of Destruction, which thankfully has its name trade as Ring of Destruction while on the field, as well as a copy of Relay Soul. So it really gives a nod to Yugi's deck from the Awaken the Dragons arc. Gotta have those clutch plays somehow. On to the Cyber Dragons. This edition was inspiration-based. I had been inspired to throw in Clockwork Knight. This will really help bring out the Chimeratech Fortress Dragon and Mega Fleet Dragon easier. Guess you could say Big Five's Nesbit and Zane Truesdale do have some compatibility after all. Strategy-wise, I suppose. Finally, Rockets. I swapped out another counter trap. This time it was Solemn Strike. And at last, Infinite Impermanence is now joined by Evenly Matched. Again at 1. This card can clear boards in an instant. Especially if you activate it on an empty board during the battle phase. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll catch you all next time on Deck Specs.